Well, they need to experience the joy of feeding their baby around 4 to 6 months of age when their baby shows interest in feeding. But what we want to make sure parents understand is that new research really shows that not holding off, but rather introducing potential allergens along with whole baby food diet that you would regularly offer to them is in that child's best interest. We want babies to be exposed to things like eggs and wheat, peanut and tree nuts right from the get-go, and then have that diverse diet incorporated on a daily basis. So parents used to, I think, be told to kind of hold off on some of these what we consider kind of potential allergen foods. And new groundbreaking research in the last 5 years or so has guided us to be stronger, to say we want you to include peanut in that oatmeal early. We want you to get eggs and wheat, fish, and even something like shrimp in a baby's diet so that you can help nurture and grow their immune system.
So the science is really guiding us here, and we used to think that it was important to delay the introduction of these, we call them the potentially allergenic foods, sort of the big 8, wait to introduce those until later in life. But what we've seen really now, driven by science, by randomized controlled studies, that including those foods, peanut is sort of the breakthrough research people talk about a lot, including that early in the diet can reduce the risk of a food allergy. And that's guided a whole new set of recommendations coming from places like the American Academy of Pediatrics, the American Academy of Allergy, Asthma and Immunology, and the NIH, saying how important it is to include a potentially allergenic food like peanut in the diet early, really to get ahead of this epidemic.
Well, the best way to be proactive is to start early by introducing your baby, toddler, or even your children of any age at this point to a diverse diet regularly. Meaning, it is a challenge when you get that kid who only wants to eat macaroni and cheese all week long. And what we're saying is we want to make sure that as your baby grows, as their immune system grows, you don't hold off on things that could be potential allergens. So keep exploring all different menus, all different foods. And if your babies, it's hard to get in these big 8, those foods that we call the big 8 because they cause 90% of food allergies, we want to help by allowing and giving little pieces of these foods that you can put in a baby's diet. The goal is really don't hold off. Get all these proteins and foods in your baby and toddler's diet regularly so that as they grow to be tolerant to eat anything.
So our product is called Spoonful One, and it was developed based on the patented work of one of the leading pediatric allergists and a mother of 5 to include small, gentle amounts inclusive of the full range of foods that are most commonly associated with food allergies. And so by bringing all those proteins in a format that can be mixed into any solid foods, very versatile and also gentle, along with vitamin D, which is known for its immune balancing properties. This product is really the most comprehensive approach to both introducing and then including these foods, these proteins, all this beautiful diversity and vitamin D in the diet for the long run.
Yeah, unfortunately you do. I mean, anyone can develop a food allergy, and unfortunately at any time in life. So we think about them in young kids, but you can develop them as you grow and as you mature. And part of that's because how our environment is potentially changing and what we're exposed to may be contributing to the rise in food allergies over the past few decades. So unfortunately, those of us who don't have a family history, we don't have all that much added safety from that. Well, we know food allergies are common. It's 6 million children in the United States, about 2 kids in every classroom. But we know that about 75% of people, so 3 out of 4 people with food allergies, have an allergy to something other than peanut. So that includes this big 8. So we think of that as peanut, tree nut, fish, shellfish, soy, wheat, eggs, and milk. All those foods taken together account for about 9 out of 10 food allergies in the United States.
So for more information about the latest science, about tips on feeding, and about our product, please go to spoonful1.com.